Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here, playing some more Faeria. It's time to do my daily Faeria practice Pandora run, so let's go ahead and kick it off, see what colors I get this time. Blue, yellow, and red. Alright, so I'll be doing most likely blue and red this time, which is good. I haven't really had very good luck with blue-green. Both of my last two blue-green runs were kind of crappy. So, yeah, let's see how this goes. What we got here? Flying Charge 2, Last Words... Summon a 2/2. Interesting. That's 3 deserts. Man, I don't want to go that hard into deserts. Yeah. I really got to learn how to do this. I mean, it's a pretty good creature. A 5/3 with flying and charge 2 for 5 is fine. And then it has like a resummoning creature. It's pretty cool. But I just really don't want to play yellow. Well, this thing's fine, actually. I'm okay with it. And this thing can, of course, you know... It can be good in certain circumstances. Let's grab this Herald of War. You can play it on turn 2, collect mana on turn 3, and I'll have more combat creatures for sure. Okay, I am a really big fan of these water elementals, so let's go ahead and grab one. I do like this Ancient Herald. Mana reduction can be kind of nice. The Triton Warrior is also fine. This is a pretty good attacker, a 3/4 for 4. I mean, I guess it's not as good as a 4/4 for 4. I mean, the charge 2 can be nice, but the fact that it can't get mana is kind of a problem. All right, we'll go for the Herald here. Okay, I've tried this, didn't like it. Tried that, didn't like it. Tried that, didn't like it. And this thing's pretty stupid too. I guess we'll take the Underground Brigand. It can also be played on turn 2. Let's start gathering some mana. Okay, so a couple of different things going on here. I don't like these. And I definitely don't like this thing. But the Archon I'm a big fan of because you should be playing with big fatties, and so this should be a 6/6 for 4 with charge 2, kind of nice. And then this thing's a bit more measured. It's always just a 3/6 for 5, and it deals some nice chip damage. I'm going to grab it. The Archon can be really good, but at the moment I can't really support it, and I feel like I've gotten into trouble with that before. Okay, so the Bloodsinger here is fine. And the alternative, I think, mainly is this Elder to get mana early on, or this to sometimes be an MVP or sometimes be totally garbage. Let's grab the Bloodsinger. I think it's fine. Okay. We have nothing super great here. I mean, a 7/7 for 5 is kind of nice, but the condition on this is pretty garbage because if you can deal 10 damage to your opponent, then it's probably not even that relevant that this thing be a 7/7 instead of a 5/5. I'm going to grab the Falcon Dive. Sometimes 1 damage is all you need. And the other stuff is not that inspiring. Alright, we're going to go ahead and grab... Well, okay, I can take a Bold Bargainer. I don't like this card, but you can do it to sort of like, even if you get minimum value out of it, it's a 7 mana card, so it can work with some things. But I'm not going to pass on removal for it, so we'll take that. Okay, I'm a really big fan of this Walking Fortress. It's just great. If you can get it down early, it's really nice. I like the Derelict Tower quite a bit as well. What the heck is Monkey Genius? On your opponent's next turn, gain +2/+2. Whoa! That's interesting. That is really interesting. Because, I mean, obviously if you get it after Pandora has opened, it's terrible. It's just a 0/2 taunt. But this can be like a 4/6 pretty easily, frankly. Yeah, I'm going to take it. Let's try that out. At 3 random... Oh, wow, I've never seen this before, actually. And that doesn't seem that good. Then we got the Yaks. Oh, geez, I don't like any of these treasures very much. Oh, goodness. Yeah. It's pretty crappy. I mean, this... I don't know. The Yak Horn can be good. It's basically 6 damage for 6 mana, but you have to have space to summon the Yaks. It's fine. This thing seems kind of fun. We'll try that Jin's Lamp, see what happens. Okay, Ogre Battler's a phenomenal card, so I'm definitely going to take every single one of these that I see. Alright, this is Deserts. Just not going to bother with it. This. Reduce the cost of all cards in your hand by 1, then shuffle them into your... What? Okay, so how good is this thing? I mean, it's easy to cast early on. And you cycle all the stuff in your hand, and it's eventually going to be cheaper when you draw it later? I'm not going to pass on a Royal Judge for that. It's a little bit weird. Okay, this guy has been wrecking my frickin' face, so I'm definitely going to take him. Only 1 mountain, easy to summon early, and it's just a total powerhouse. I'm gonna grab that. Okay, there's the Demon Wing Gambit over here, but I'm just sick of losing games because I don't have enough big fatties. So we're gonna take another Battler. Okay, this is a healing card. Yeah, this is kind of crap. I mean, you can go for the Slaughtering Shadow Gambit early on. Is that better than just being able to deal 2 damage to all? Yeah, we'll try it. We'll try a splash for this thing. It's only 1 desert. It can be very annoying to deal with. We'll try it out. Okay, this seems kind of bad. I guess we're taking a Barbarian Ogre. 7/7 for 7 seems legit. Frogify is very good. The Volcanic Colossus is also fantastic, but I've done good this time. I've taken some big fatties here, and don't forget the Walking Fortress. So we'll take Frogify because that's sometimes just a game-winning card. I love Gift of Steel, and everything else is not that great here, so we'll take it. Okay, so I think we'll just take the Flame Burst for some removal and maybe face damage. Seems solid. All right, did I pick up any synergy for that? What did I take? Is this? Oh yeah, that's okay. That's not the one that makes an expensive card cheaper. This is the one that makes a high health creature cheaper. So I'm gonna just grab one of these two. Obviously, making mountains is good, and sometimes a 5/2 is very annoying for the opponent because if they play like a 5 health creature, this trades with it. Trades up really well. But I'm gonna grab the boss. I do like this combat ability, and I like the mana gaining. I think I'd value that more than the mountain because in this case, I don't really have anything at the moment that requires tons of fancy lands. Okay. This is not a great crop of treasures here. This thing is very difficult to use, and it's completely worthless if you're behind. This thing, I've tried it. You really have to kill things for it to be any good whatsoever. I think I'm going to grab the Secret of Strength as the cheapest thing here, and it's the most likely to help me, like, finish some enemy off. Whenever you gather Faeria, this gains 1 life. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So it's good early, otherwise it's totally worthless. What's this? Destroy a card, or draw a card, then copy it. They cost 3 Hey! That seems legit. I'm gonna try it. I mean, this thing is good, but I got some other removal, so we'll take this Tortoise. It's in my colors, and it seems kind of fine. Got another one. Do I want another one? Well, it says this thing again. Swallow a friendly creature. Well, okay, so you can do goofy things with it. I mean, you can, like, summon it, swallow a big fatty, dash to your opponent's face, and then when this thing dies, your creature pops out, but your opponent doesn't have to kill this, you know? Seems a bit weird. Do I want to commit to 2 of these, though? I didn't actually get any of, like, the synergy cards for really expensive creatures. So, I don't know if I want another one of these things. This just seems a bit weird. I'm going to grab the Tortoise. Okay. So, I can take another one of these. I'm going to take this. I've got enough big fatties now that this is probably worth it compared to just 2 face damage. Huh. +1/+1 and jump is legit. This thing can be good. So can adding a campfire. It gives a creature +1/+1. That can be good. These are some decent cards. This can be a really good trick. I'm going to try it. Because the jump the opponent might not be expecting. Okay, do I have any synergy with this thing? I don't think I really do. I never did pick up any of those, like, expensive card sort of things. So, I could grab this and move lands, maybe sometimes. Sure, we'll try it. And I guess I will create a mountain. I'm gonna just grab this. It can be summoned early. I can ping something, some cheap creature. Seems fine. Another one of these warlords seems good. I've got enough removal. I'm gonna take another big fatty. Oh god, okay. Well, now that I have a lot of expensive stuff, I could consider doing this. This thing works with a fairly decent number of my cards. The problem is it takes only a single, like, low card in your hand for this to be worthless. But even if this hits a 4-mana card, I mean, I'm down a card, but I'm not down any mana at least. So I can at least try to get some value out of it. We'll give it a shot. The rest of the pack is just not that good. And I will take a second Frogify, because that card's great. Okay, well, we got the Yak thing, we got this thing, which I like, and then we got the drawing 2 cards and gaining mana. I don't have any healing in this deck. We'll take this guy. I might regret not having the card draw and the mana. I'll have to keep an eye on that to see if that was a good decision or not. I honestly am not sure if that was smart or not. Huh, it seems like this, for some reason, when I play this game, the volume of the game doesn't really come through. Can I just, like, turn up some of the general audio a little bit? Okay, well, anyway, I'm pretty excited to play this deck. Red kind of weirdly has a lot of big creatures in it, like this Battler, the Volcanic Colossus, this Ogre, the Warlord. I say weirdly because in Magic the Gathering, red also comes from mountains. Red mana also comes from mountains, and red is not the color of, like, big creatures. That was more of a greens thing. Maybe white would do that. So it's a little bit unusual to me. Nothing wrong with it, though. Just saying kind of how it feels. I got this thing, which could be interesting. One of the problems with splashing for a third color is that if you play that third land early, that's like a spot in your empire that you can't summon most of your other creatures on. But I would still probably keep a Slaughtering Shadow in my opening hand just for mana gathering purposes. Okay, this is a pretty decent opening hand here. I think I'm actually just going to keep these two guys. So what I can do is I can, for example, explore, then play a mountain, make another mountain, and then get mana next turn with the Fire Elemental. And I'm just about ready to go to get this Ogre in 2 turns. Oh god, what is that thing? Oh, Jesus, that's so good. Shoot. That's like the kind of play that, like, you kind of have to deal with. I just can't afford to my opponent to just get 10 free mana. If I just stick with my usual plan of, like, explore, mountain, Fire Elemental, move over here, there's no guarantee I'm going to be able to get up here and kill it. So yeah, we're going for it. So I'm basically just going to challenge this. And my opponent does get some advantages out of it, because now my opponent can just calmly proceed to gather Faeria while I am not doing so. Okay, this I'm less concerned about, because that means neither of us is gathering Faeria, so that's fine. I mean, if neither of us is gathering Faeria, or we're both gathering Faeria, those are both fine by me. Okay, let's move in. Let's go ahead and make a lake. So I can make a red or a blue creature here, depending on the circumstances. My opponent's going to have 7 mana now, so he can drop a big fatty over here. Stop me from getting in, which, you know, could be a problem. Here's where it's nice that this is a 5/2, because it means that this creature can trade up reasonably well. Unfortunately, not quite into a 5/6. But hey, give the next combat creature you summon. Okay, that doesn't really help. I really needed, like, something that dealt damage. Alright, what I'm going to do here... Oh, God, this sucks. There's just no good way to do this, unfortunately. What I'm going to do is just put a mountain here and make an ogre. Should I cash out this damage? I'm not sure. I'm not going to. So, what I'm still hoping for is that I draw a way to deal a damage to this thing, and then my ogre can come in and kill this Faeria tree. Otherwise, he's going to get the goods. He paid 2 mana into it, and then he's going to get 10 mana out of it. And that's just life. This thing, unfortunately, isn't the greatest. Oh, my opponent's going to taunt both my creatures. Interesting. Okay, this seems fine. And he's going to get another taunt. Alright, so he's really protecting the heck out of this. I am getting some value because I'm gathering mana, but still, he paid 2, and then he's going to get 10. So he's going to get an 8 mana advantage. And I'm only making up 1 of those 8. It's not exactly catching up. Alright, we got an Ogre Battler that I cannot summon at the moment, unfortunately. So the question is, what do I do? These 2 things will kill my 7/7, unfortunately. Let me think about this. So next turn, will I be able to make the Ogre Battler? I will not. Unless I choose to get mana with my turn. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get mana now. Make this Brute. And I'm going to kill the 5/1. This does mean that he can trade his 2/3 into my 7/2. And it does mean he has 15 mana, which is really annoying. I'd hate if I lost to that stupid card. But I have a 3/6 pretty close to his face. I've got my lands much more aggressively placed. So he has a mana advantage in this game, but I have a bit of a land advantage. So it's not like I'm totally without compensation. The problem is he has 16 mana and I'm going to have 3, which is a pretty massive mana disadvantage. Alright, that's not the most impressive thing in the world. So he's just going about his business gathering some more mana. Alright, he doesn't actually do anything here. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to just collect a mana, because that seems to be what I need to be doing here. I gotta make a water elemental on the only lake that I have. We'll make a lake over here. Move that guy in so I can try to start gathering some mana. The amount of mana my opponent has is just totally scary. I just basically can only win this game if my opponent's cards are junk. Because I'm so behind on the mana situation that it's just hard for me to do anything. He drew a card, which is interesting, instead of playing a land, which you'd think he'd want to do. So it tells me his hand is some kind of weird stuff. He just wants to summon any really big creature and can probably just win the game for free at that point. Okay, that's not the worst thing. So he's going to just trade with my water elemental. Okay, so he does get to make a land this turn and get even more mana. Alright, there's a Death Touch, which is annoying because that will definitely kill this 3/6 unless I can find my Falcon Dive or something. So I guess I have two main options. I can either get a mana and put a land sort of close but not quite close to his face, or I can put a land right up at him. Yeah, I think we're just going to do it here. It's good enough, and I do want to get that mana. I think red is the color I'm most likely to want to put right there next to his face. And let me think. If I summon this, I'm going to have realistically probably 4 mana next turn. It's not really enough to do anything. If this thing survives, I'll have 5, and then I can get 6, but I still can't play a Kobold Warlord, because this thing's going to be dead. The annoying thing is that I never drew that stupid Falcon Dive. I really wanted to get a Falcon Dive. That 1 mana deal of damage. It would have been so good at so many different times this game. But it never happened. So now I'm just way behind on mana. I mean, what am I really hoping happens? I mean, I'm hoping he kills this 3/6. And, with his Death Touch. And then I just put a 5/7 next to his face. That gets buffed each time it attacks. Alright, he's not playing anything super impressive, although he's about to start putting lands near my face. I don't know. I could try to just go for it. Yeah, we're definitely going to put that down, and the question is, where do I put my land? If I put a land here, it stops him from summoning a creature on that spot. Let's go for it. I don't think I can really win this game fair and square. So let's make a lake, I guess, since I've got a mountain next to him already. And start trading blows. I do potentially have the ability to make this in 2 turns, and it would be a good defensive creature. Okay, so he's going to hit me for 7 and get a card that costs 2 less. Obviously, I'm hoping it's not a good one, or else I'm in a lot of trouble. Yeah, if I summon a mountain here and make an Ogre Battler, I can taunt both of these creatures. Oh, that's so annoying! That's actually really good! It stops me from being able to erase him. Oh, man. Oh, that's not good. That is, in fact, bad. Interesting he chose to give that protection instead of the Taunter. Guess he's feeling confident. Alright, well, shoot. I am not very confident at all in my treasures. This thing, I guess, could be pretty decent. So let's see. We're gonna go... I need to think, because if I cast this turn, then I'm not going to be able to make the ogre guy next turn, unless I actually get a mana this turn. Alright, we'll do that. So let's go here. Where do I want to cast this? Do I want to cast this close by? Or over here and try to erase him? Alright, I guess we'll just cast it nearby. And I need to collect mana. So next turn I'll have 7. And then, oh, but if I collect mana from here, then I can't place a mountain. So I can only taunt one of the guys, not both. And crucially, I cannot taunt the one that is giving him extra cards. Oh, crap. Yeah, this game, I just couldn't get up and kill that stupid structure that gives mana, so I pretty much lost for that reason alone. So he's gonna make another taunt. Yep. And a yak. So is he threatening lethal? I mean, he's got 10, 30. He's not technically threatening lethal, though he only needs like a single buff to finish me off. Oh man, I wish I could make a mountain here. That would be super duper nice, but it's just not happening. So yeah, if I had, instead of this, taken the draw 2 cards, gain 2 mana, I'd have 6 less health. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Falcon Dive. Just in the nick of time right there. Alright, so we're going to kill that. Hit him in the face for 8. I have to do this, so I'm going to get a mana and drop this thing here, so he can hit me for 9 damage right now. He only needs a buff that adds 3 damage, or just 3 direct damage from a treasure, or to take out this battler somehow, and I'm dead right now. Failing that, I am threatening lethal, so, you know, there is that. We'll see if he's got the goods. Alright, he's drawing a card. That may be an encouraging sign. Well, I'm not threatening lethal because this 2/4 can just move into the forest, obviously. And once this moves into the forest, I have to kill it before I can't move in and attack him because I have to kill it. But this was an interesting decision to to summon this here. I don't know why he didn't summon it there just to block me. So I'm down to 1. He has to move this thing in here or summon a creature there. It doesn't make any sense for him to let his turn end without at least moving this Grove Caller into this forest to just stop me from outright killing him. There's the summon, and it's a taunt. It's 7 health. Okay. Oh no! Oh my god, that thing is so good! Oh my god, I can't believe it. Yeah, so I can't kill him. I'd have to basically kill him twice this turn to win. I just don't think I have the goods. Obviously, there's all this stuff over here. I'm gonna draw a card, you know, see what the hell happens. Taunt. Okay, that doesn't actually get the job done, unfortunately. I can taunt nothing, actually. I mean, I can taunt both. I can move this here and taunt both of these, but I need to be able to place a land here to be able to taunt away this messenger, which is actually kind of hilarious how close I am to be able to taunt that. I just needed to have a land there. I needed to not have to use my thing to draw a card. Well, yeah, so I guess we do what? We Falcon Dive that thing and kill it. Hit him for 11. And concede. So that was kind of a dumb game. I mean, without that 10 mana, or I guess the 8 mana, you know, because factoring out the 2 that he spent to cast it. Without that 8 mana, he would have definitely not had the mana to play the stuff that he played. Maybe I could have hung on a little bit better. I mean, I had some different options. And obviously, given that I failed to destroy that stupid structure, I would have been better off just like going off and collecting mana. So that's one thing that I could have done differently. I could have also potentially been a little more defensive. I could have made some lands around my face. Then I would have been able to use my taunts to block him from attacking me. He was all green. He had 5 forests and nothing else. So it was not that likely that he had direct face damage. It would have pretty much had to come from a treasure. So if I could have just taunted all 3 of his creatures, then I would have had an extra bit of time. But the problem is I didn't even do lethal damage to him that turn. So the next turn I would have had to do lethal damage to him twice because he had that stupid divine when you would take lethal damage guy. God, that was really frustrating. Well, I don't know. I like this deck. Even though I lost, I think it's a good deck. I think we just had a very anomalous game there. The person had that stupid green mana thing and had it on the opening hand, and I just couldn't get to it because he had the taunts to back it up. So that's that. Anyway, moving on to game number 2. Blorp and Blorp. I'm first this time. Well, I think this is a good thing to keep. This, I'm going to mulligan it. As with the Ogre Dance. You could do some tricky stuff. You could, like, summon it and then move it twice and start collecting mana twice. Alright, we'll try it. F it. So in that case, I'm not going to keep that. If I'm going to keep a thing that makes 2 lakes, or that costs 2 lakes, then I don't want to keep a thing that also costs 2 mountains, because that guy isn't even that good, and I don't really want to summon it that early on anyways. So I think I'm going to go like this. We're gonna go lake there. And then I'm gonna make another lake, put the prophet on it, and move it over here. And then I can collect 2 mana on the subsequent turn. Although, that's kind of silly, because I could have just put a lake here, and then my second lake could have been there, and I still could have gotten over there. But then I would have had a lake here instead of here. That's just a straight up mistake. Whoops. I totally messed that up. For some reason, I thought that I needed to rush towards the well, and I just really didn't. Okay, so I have a land that's maybe good later on. It'll be good defensively later, but right now it's going to take me longer to get over to this mana over here, which is a problem. So my opponent's obviously going to head this way because the longer that he doesn't do that, the, you know, more time it is that I'm going to be able to collect double mana. My main threat right now is if he puts a big creature there. Oh, right, he has a prairie. Oh, geez. Okay, so you can put something really big. Yeah, that's just, God, that, man, I just cannot catch a break lately for some weird reason. I cannot catch a freaking break. My opponents just keep having these, like, creatures that perfectly counter mine. Well, alright, so I'm not going to get to harvest mana twice this turn, but the Kobold Warlord was a pretty decent top deck. Holds up reasonably well against that 3/6. He can, of course, come down and kill off my 4/2. But then I get to attack and finish off his 3/6. Become a 7/4 in the process. And I'm still getting mana. Like, I harvested 1 mana, he harvested a mana. And as long as I get 4 mana per turn, I'm going to be able to crank this out in just 2 turns. Alright, so he's got another one of those. He's getting lots of chip damage in here. Okay, what I think I'm going to do here, I need to very seriously consider giving this Triton Banquet a whirl, because that would let me kill this in 1 hit. But I don't really want to do that. I want to come down here, get an extra mana, and kill that. So that seems fine. Now I'm going to make a mountain, so I can get my Ogre Battler online next turn. Oh man, I hate doing it like this, just to try to get over to this well sooner. Yeah, I'm just going to do it here. Let's suck it up. Let's do it there. And let's pass. I'm not going to put a Banquet on it. It is possible if he has like a single damage, I'm going to regret not putting the Banquet on. But a lot of green buffs would do more than a damage, and that would just pretty much waste this Banquet completely. Also, I could consider just putting this Battler in front of my face, and then giving it +1/+1 and jump next turn and do a really good trick and kill something he's not expecting to be able to be killed. Alright, this is interesting. So he is going to do that and get more chip damage on my face, but it is going to allow me to trade. I have to give serious consideration to firebombing this thing. It saves me 2 damage on my face, and it also gives me an extra mana. Ooh, that's even better. That is definitely even better. Yep. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and make, what, a lake or a mountain? Let's go for another mountain. Put a judge here so that he can collect mana next turn. We're going to get... well, this is actually kind of interesting. If I do punishment and kill it, I get an extra mana. If I do safeguard and attack, I get an extra buff. But I don't really care about the extra buff. We're going to go for the punishment and pick up another mana. Alright, this is looking pretty good. I'm getting a big mana advantage in my opponent. I mean, I harvested 2 mana that turn. He only harvested 1. And I'm poised to harvest an additional mana. Plus I have an 11-1. If he doesn't have, like, using direct removal on this that isn't Falcon Dive is going to feel really bad. I guess there is that 2 mana red spell. It's 2 mana, deal 2 damage to a creature. If it kills the creature, deal 2 damage to the creature's controller. So there's also that. But I can also, if I want, go up this way and make a land here. So he has to kind of, like, he's kind of in an awkward spot where he can put something down and trade with this Warlord. But it doesn't really feel good, because this Warlord's already gotten a ton of value, and the fact that it still has a health left is very annoying for him. Ah, that's a good play. So he's stopping me from getting a really aggressive land down. Let's see where he chooses to summon. Interesting. So he's giving me a choice. Either I get a mana, or I kill this thing off. Wow, these shards were slow to start, but then they just came and came and came. Okay. I gotta really think about this. There's a couple of different options I have. I could honestly give a Triton Banquet on this Warlord and use it strategically, because then I can jump here and then make a land right in front of his face. I would have 6 mana left. I could make a Brute right in front of his face. I mean, that seems really good. It does, I mean, I am sort of just losing this card, unfortunately. I'm just putting it on this Warlord who's going to die. Another option is I could Firebomb. I'm going to try this. Yeah, I'm going to Firebomb this thing. Then I'm going to just do this strategically so I can go here. And we're going to do 2 lands. I'm going to do 1 in front of his face, I can change later, and 1 here so I can move my judge over and get mana. That seems like a pretty good compromise. I mean, 12-2 is kind of threatening. That hits rather hard. He has to do something about it. He can't just let me whack him in the face with it. I don't think he can anyways. And I'm still gathering more mana than he is, and I'm actually not even that behind on cards, so I kind of manhandle this opponent. Oh, he's going to kill off all my creatures, unless I get hit in the face a lot. But no, it's a 7-7 that wiped my board. And he's going to block me from summoning creatures next to him, which is good for him. The good thing for me, though, is that, is that this 7-7 is kind of out of the way. It's pretty much just going to be harvesting mana, and that's about it. So what do I do with my life? Well, I think I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I'm just going to make a mountain here. Put down this Brute. And, I mean, obviously if he gets the final shard, this is sort of a waste. But as long as he and I both don't draw the shard, I get 2 extra mana. So I can put a land here and move in. And just be fine. Plus, if he summons anything in a forward position, it's not that long before I'm going to be able to make an Ogre Battler, like, right here and protect myself. So he moved off to get the mana, which makes sense. Although this does allow me to change this into a different sort of thing. And put a creature there. Ooh, he's going to move the 7-7 close to my face. Okay. Pretty smart play. He's going to be able to gather mana with this, and now this 7-7 is very forwardly located. And I cannot actually summon the Ogre Battler this turn. That's annoying. This thing obviously doesn't do me a whole lot of good. Crap, this thing's kind of... Man, this is the best I've ever seen this thing be. It's always sucked for me, but for him it was great. It wiped off my board and gave him a huge creature all in one go. It's so annoying. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make another Prairie so I can get more mana. So I think that's still good to do. And then my other Prairie I'm going to just put here to block him from being able to do stuff. Do I want to play this and just hit this thing for 5? I'm not sure it's actually that good to do. And it's sort of wasting my mana. Yeah, I'm just going to let that go. And then next turn I'll have 9 mana and I can make the Ogre Battler. I think it's better than the Walking Fortress. It's 1 less health for 1 less mana, but it also has Taunt. And now he's only going to have 4 mana this turn, so hopefully I get a little bit of a break this turn. If I'm lucky and I don't draw the last shard, I can get 2 extra mana compared to my opponent as well. One problem is that because those guys did so much chip damage, I am actually just freaking low on health. So, like, he's already threatening lethal with this, which I guess I didn't really think about too much. Yeah, that's kind of a problem. Maybe I should have, like, put a Bloodslinger in the way or something to at least tempt him. But if I had done that, then I wouldn't be able to make the Battler. Yeah, those guys, I mean, these guys that you use that deal 2 damage to your opponent, they did a lot of chip damage to me. And then the Ogre Warlord never really paid off. It never got to kill anything big, and it never got to trade big either. Okay, well, let's get more mana. And put down Mr. Taunter. And I'm going to do... Should I just do mana? Yeah, let's do some mana. The 5-2 trades with the 2-4. No, actually, maybe I'll just do a Bloodsinger. Let's do it like this. So it's if he doesn't draw the last shard, he can't just move up and get an extra mana this way. What I'm scared about is that he has some way of dealing with the 6-9, and then he can just come in and, you know, kill me. Because that's what happens. If he has any sort of trick for getting rid of the 6-9, is I'm dead. The Triton Banquet, I gotta say, it didn't really work out. Because I jumped here, made a land in front of him, and then I could never use it because my opponent got this thing teleported close to me, and then I just am about to die. Okay. So he's now going to be able to kill off my 6-5 and be left with a 7-1 near me that is threatening lethal. And I don't really have any way of finishing it off. I pass on all those blazing salamanders that deal 2 damage next to all enemy creatures. Yep, I'm really just screwed. So this thing is just threatening to straight up kill me. Unless I get that treasure that heals me for 6, I am dead. And even if I get the treasure that heals me for 6, he can still like move down and hit me for 11 and I'll be at 1 health. Alright, Frogify is, I don't know, not that good. I gotta just draw a card. I got no answers. Alright, there it is. So I can at least deal damage to kill that off. And it sucks that I don't have the mana left over to put this Fire Elemental in the way. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. I think I'm probably going to lose. He just needs to ever, at any point, find 2 damage. And I'm just toast. And now they got this oversized creature here that he can summon apparently right away, right next to my face. Awesome. Alright, now I'm in a lot of trouble because I have to deal with a 7-9. I mean, I'm going to have to Frogify it, I suppose. Oh no! Oh god, that's bad. I'm taking a damage every time one of my creatures dies. Well, can I find something that helps me here? I somehow doubt it, but let's see. Ah, the Jin's Lamp. How lovely. Oh god. Well, alright. I guess, what are we going to go for here? What's the most likely to give me something that can help? Probably red, because there's a mountain in front of my face at least. Okay, that is terrible. That's also terrible. And that's terrible. Cool. So I guess we'll attack that. And is there anything I can do? I mean, there's nothing I can do. I can Frogify if I make a land. But it's still, that frog is just going to kill me. Wow! Alright, well, we had our first 0-win run. I honestly like that deck. I think it was good. But in that game, I just lost to one stupid card, the stupid Crackthorn Beast. And in the other game, I lost to a different stupid card, which is the, you know, the 2-mana structure, green structure that, gives you 10 mana if it doesn't die for 4 turns. So yeah, it kind of sucked, but, you know, it happens sometimes in these games. You're always going to lose to dumb crap. It's just part of the process. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.